If you've been watching our videos, you may have wondered, why does the Cooperation Tulsa community garden look so chaotic? And why are we not producing the same amount of food as an industrial farm? Well, for starters, we're not subsidized or for profit. We depend on volunteer labor and private donors, so our money is limited. But beyond that, we're doing regenerative agriculture, not industrial. I'll explain the difference. Industrial practices operate through a lens that nature is something to dominate rather than to exist symbiotically with. It prioritizes short-term profits over healthy yields, long-term soil health, and biodiversity. It results in large, yet less nutritious produce. Industrial farming destroys the soil, the very resource that it relies on, which has led to a third of the world's farmable land having degraded topsoil. And paradoxically, industrial farming produces a massive amount of greenhouse gas emissions and pollutes the water with things like pesticides and manure. Overall, industrial farming practices actually destroy the ecosystems. If you look to recent history, the Dust Bowl, which destroyed the land across 3 states, including here in Oklahoma, was actually caused by industrial farming practices, and it resulted in massive loss of ecology as well as around 7,000 human lives lost and countless more displaced. So, what's regenerative agriculture? Well, it's a form of community-led conservation that combines food security and ecosystem restoration. It actively restores ecosystems, secures our food supply, and builds climate resistance from the ground up. It draws carbon down, reduces emissions, improves water retention, and reduces soil erosion, generally fosters biodiversity, and leads to more nutritious food. For example, look at this corn. This is flint corn, or glass gem corn, and it's a native species that you don't find in grocery stores. It's small, but it's very nutrient dense. We're talking 9 grams of protein versus 3 grams in yellow corn, tons of antioxidants, 130 milligrams of magnesium versus 30 in yellow corn. It has tons of B vitamins, calcium, and less sugar. Overall, it's much healthier and more nutrient dense than the giant store-bought industrial corn. Here at Flat Rock Community Garden, our first goal has been to restore the ecology of this once badly damaged land, and we've done a great job of that. When we got here, it had been used as a dump site and was so badly disrupted, there weren't even any insects here. No birds, nothing but garbage and invasive grasses. Now we have a great balance of beneficial insects like butterflies and bees and even parasitic insects to control the population of pest insects. We have songbirds and birds of prey, and those birds also control pests, and that's how we're able to do all this without pesticides. So we're protecting our water systems and the life that thrives in that water. Composting and polycropping, like the Three Sisters indigenous method of growing corn, beans, and squash together, help put nutrients back into the soil with minimal chemical fertilizer use, and it maximizes the use of the space that we have. In doing all this, we have brought the land back to something that we can grow food on, to create community self-determination and food security for the generations ahead of us that can withstand climate stress. We've also made this a third space for community social activity. Is all this a lot of work? Yes, and it's well worth it. We're slowly but surely scaling up production, each year better than the last, eventually turning all 2.5 acres into a dense food forest here in far north Tulsa in what is currently considered to be a food desert. We're doing all the labor to make this happen, but we can't do it without your help. We still exist under capitalism, and that means that we need you to help fund us for things like the cost of equipment and tools and supplies and water. So if you want to be a part of something beautiful and to support us, we welcome you to come out to one of our Saturday work days or our on-site social events like the bonfire we're having tonight. As I record, we're getting that ready. Or to become one of our amazing donors by following the link in our bio to our Open Collective Fund. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little more about what we're doing here, and as always, thanks for watching.